Yes friends, in this video we are going to talk about the pointers, matrix pointers or any pointers. Pointers are just a different type of variables which point to a certain memory locations, like the integer pointers declared as integer, asterisk and the name of the function, and they simply point to the integer value. Pointers point to the character value. Float pointers point to the float values, and means pointer of a certain type just point to its own kind. So this is the idea of this programming, and pointers are just very powerful, because in the previous video when we discussed the call by reference, then there you saw that if you pass the reference, if you pass the memory address of a variable, then that functions can immediately start working on it. And otherwise in call by reference you have to pass the value, you have to wait for the value to return, then you start working. But the problem is again safety and security. If you pass call by value, it may delay, but the data will be secure. The functions cannot manipulate with the content of that data. But if you pass the reference like the memory address, then the function, if it's impure, then it can make it just vulnerable and disgusting. So this is what it is. So now in this program we are trying to discuss something with the help of the pointers. So the function goes like this, that I have a main functions, there I'll declare a variable. So this is integer two-dimensional array of size 10. Since you know the integer variables generally even on a 32 bit computers, they take 4 bytes of memory. So 10 by 10 means 100 4s are 400 bytes of memory have been allocated, and it has been named as ARR, and it has a row and column. So I'm just trying, so you can say I have a 10 by 10 grid and its name is ARR, and they will be referred with the two indexes like 0 and 1 1 0 1 1 like that, because it's just two reference to variable. So I declare two variable R and C, one for row, another for column. So user will enter the row and column, because you do not know, user may not need all the 10 by 10 grid available to it, but it may need sometimes 1 by 2, 2 by 2, 3 by 3, 4 by 4. So there is always a possibilities, because you do not know what memory should be given to the user so that he can create whatever he wishes. But right now I'm fixing it 10 by 10, means 10 rows and 10 columns, means 100 integer elements, 4 byte each. So 400 byte of memory with a beginning address, which is, and very importantly I tell you that the name of the array is pointer itself. So let's see how I achieve this feat. So I have created a 10 by 10 grid. User wants to enter the rows and columns. Suppose he may not need you all every time 10 by 10, he need 2 by 3, 3 by 2. So he will not be occupying the whole grid. It's just like a graph paper. When you have a graph paper, you do not need all the square blocks, but you need certain blocks. And every time these blocks will start with 0 0. So I create a functions void, and return type is void, and input, because user has entered its desire that it has entered the number of rows, number of columns, and now I pass the memory address, the beginning of the ARR and the rows and the columns, so that this function can input the elements into this. So I make two variables, RR for row and CC for column, just to have resemblance, and then the pointer variable asterisk AR. So how will I input the data into them? Just see one by one. So now I need another function just to display the result. So sometimes we write, sometimes we copy. So here I run a loop, because it is a 2 by 2 variable. Then we need two variables, so I create two variable, int I, and another one that is int j. So now here just look at the syntax. You're just practicing loop also. For I is 0, I less than RR, because the arrays always begin with 0. So if it is 3 by 3 array, so it will go by 0 1 2 0 1 2 0 0 0 1 0 2 1 0 1 1 1 2 2 0 2 1 2 2. So the highest will be 2 to 1 less than what you are inputting. So for j is 0, j less than cc, j plus plus. And here I'll just try the user to enter the data into those memory cells, and the type of the integer is already int, so the format specifier is going to be %d. So here I write printf double quote /n enter number and then scanf, and the format specifier is %d, so scanf %d, and there you have to write at the address. So asterisk is at the address. Now look, the better part of the concept is called asterisk AR. Okay, so now this is done, and now to see whether the user has successfully entered, I just try to copy this code, and because I want to create a show function, because unless you see what the user has entered, you do not feel confidence, because here seeing is believing. And what we are writing now, just paste and rename it to show, because for the show function also you have to pass the value of the pointer of the beginning of the array and the rows and column. So here it goes. So I don't have to change much here, just change the name. This is identifier, so I change it to show, and then everything is fine. Only here I have to make some changes, so that because I want the matrices to be represented in the form of table. So first it is %d, then I remove all these unimportant thing, and there I'll write the address of AR, means the value of this. Then I'll create space for that, and for that it's better to use /n for the new line. But first I think if for it should be a proper tabular form. So element is printed at the value of AR, and now it is printed. Next line change, so I have to change this line here %d, and there everything looks okay. There may be some errors, but you have to pay attention, because so after entering the first element, the ARR pointer should be incremented so that it can point to the next memory cell. And here I %n, so for the next line it should be running a loop just to represent the data in the form of tabular form. So this is /n, so the new line is fine. And here also the pointer needs to be incremented, because after displaying the first element it should have some this mechanism, like it should point to the next memory cell. Oh my god, 3 errors are there. Undefined symbol. Oh, so yeah, here AR it should be there. And let me save this file, because if it is having error, is for a learner it is good to have error, because you understand how the compiler is behaving. Now again I have 2 errors, and this is for undefined ARR. Oh, here also AR. So again one more error is there. It's the same reason, undefined symbol ARR. So I need to change this also to AR. So now everything everything is good. One more error. Then what is problem? Print. Or somewhere I haven't written printf, I have written print only. Which line? This is /n. So if you run the code, then it will tell you where, in which line you can find. Say it says that the line number yes, AR printf, because there is no function called print. So I have written printf somewhere. Where it is? Here everything is looking good. So let me just find it out, and then I try to call input ARR. I'm calling the input function, passing ARR, then row, and then C. Then this is done. Now let's see show function again, ARR, R and C. So this is also done. Good. Everything is now Good. Let's see whether it has some error. Oh, two warnings. Pointer suspicion. Suspicious pointer conversion. Somewhere we failed to convert it nicely. Where it is? Okay, let me find it out. So here it is. Int ARR or int A I can write, int PTR you can write. Name of the array is the pointer itself. So PTR equal to ARR means I am assigning the address P of the ARR to P and I will be passing the pointer. Will it work? Because some compilers expect you to follow the guidelines. And here, so integer pointer, let's see, 01 warning is there, and it is in the line 39. What is the warning? Suspicious pointers. Okay, I write like the enter 0. So this is also not receiving. Everything is fine though. What is problem? Suspicious pointer conversion in PTR equal to ARR. Then let me see. 0 warning is there. The program will run. Yes, now I think you don't, because it become pointer of pointers. So this is also a cool case because it become pointer of pointer, but we are not doing pointer of pointers, we are doing just pointers. Yes, so now it looks good. Only one error is there. What is that? Undefined symbol print. So again back to somewhere in one line, printf has become print. Yes, here it is. So I hope this time it will have no flaw. So here it goes. Yes, now everything looks good. So pointer programmings are called a little complicated. Let's see how it works. Enter row, 4 rows, 4 columns. So 16 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. And then keep on entering, and it should be represented in the tabular function. All the elements are represented 0. Why so? /t. But they should represent the elements. This is pointer, this is at the address of scanf. Let me see. So the null pointer assignment was there, 2, 3, 2 rows, 2 columns. Yes, now here see it goes 2 rows, 2 columns. Now everything is fine. The problem was there because you have to, so already it's a value. So here I think I should clear the screen. It's becoming quite messy. So 3 rows and 4 columns, friends, I have entered here. 3 rows, 4 columns. Let's see how it's coming. Okay, so this is 3 row, 4 column, and I think we need to have one more run, and with the screen clear, that will help us. Oh no, after the variable declaration. Okay, so in show function I will just call the clear screen. In the previous videos I have called them in the main function. Now I'm calling from the show function. Before displaying it will clear the screen. That's a good idea, right? Yes, so here it goes. I entered the elements. Now 5 rows and 2 columns. See, so 10 elements I have to enter, and then it will clear the screen and display the results in the table for 2 rows, 5 rows and 2 columns. So this is good. Everything is very good. Now using the same way you can do whatever you wish: matrix addition, multiplication, division, finding the eigenvalues, finding the transpose of the matrix, solving the equations, and using, because in modern computations matrix is the backbone of the application of the computer in the modern, because operations on the matrices is a very powerful tool. All those softwares like the Matplotlib, TensorFlow, etc., they all work, NumPy, Pandas, they all work with these arrays and with the pointers, because they are very powerful tool because they do it job quickly and very smartly. So I can run it final time, and 3 rows, 3 columns. Now 9 elements: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and here it goes. It's displayed in a nice form. Thank you very much. Just subscribe to our channel and keep on learning. Have a very nice time.